Welcome back to another episode of us building a village simulator. In our last episode, we were getting our villagers to sleep and they would go to sleep, but they would never wake up. I don't think we want that to happen, so let's get to it. Just really quick off screen, it was getting kind of annoying every time I moved my mouse to the left of this window, it would keep scrolling. Or to the right, it keeps scrolling or whatever. So I kind of fixed it where if the mouse has to be more than 0 and has to be less than the width in order for it to scroll correctly. Also the Y as well. All right, so let's go back to, let's see. Let's go to our character village or our villager controller. We have here in our character state sleep, and we are sleeping. Now we want to not show ourselves, but if we set our game object to false, then I'm pretty sure the script will stop running. So let's just say game object. Do we want the game object? Yeah, game object. Call it my sprite. And let's make this serializable. What we're going to do is just hide the sprite. My sprite. That's set active to false. If we're going to wake ourselves up here, if character stats, and we're going to get the character stat of sleep, get value is greater than or equal to 100. We're going to say, now I'm hard coding this 100. We might change that, but let's just do that for now. And just to be we're going to just say that the base number equals 100. And we're going to say true. So this will wake up the check if we are ready to get up. Now what we need to do is increase our sleep stat we want to do it based on where we are sleeping. Okay. So, whoops. Change that to serialized. Serialized field. We want to do a public building entered building. So this will let us know what building we are inside, because we could be inside a building that we're working at, such as a farm. So building, entered building. Let's get that in our check needs. Actually, not in our check needs. Let's go to our map manager, our sleep action. This tells us when we sleep, and then this will put us in the building. We'll say task villager controller dot building, entered building is equal to the interactable dot get component building. Not building. And so then, let's see, let's go to our, we're going to say a public float sleep modifier, or sleep increase. What I want is that when you go in a building, it's more comfortable, or depending on the type of home, maybe your sleep will go better than sleeping outside. I think we'll probably have like a comfort level for the villager as well, so that when if basically what I want is if we get too tired, we're just automatically going to fall asleep. If there's no house to go to, if there's a house to go to, we'll walk over to it. But if there is no house, all right, let's do this too. Sorry, I kind of got another thought in my head. We might want a minimum max stat, high, float, mid, stat. And this should be like maybe 100. Minimum stat will be 0. How low a stat can go. And actually, it's probably how low the base stat can go, how high the base stat can go. Can be modified, can be unmodified. Let's just get rid of that. And so when we get, how do we do that? Can I do, let's just see. I mean, we could put it here. Base number is equal to mathf.clamp. We want base value, base number, comma, mid stat, comma, max stat. Alright, so that'll change that whenever we get the value, if it's ever lower than it, we're going to clamp it between that. It can never be less than 0. It can never be more than the 100. Okay. Let's go to, so that's done. We might want to do a, kind of how we have this, do an increase rate and an increase time. And what this will do is just like the decrease, we're going to increase. Instead of minus, we're going to plus it. And actually all this will change. There we go. Just copy that. Save it. Let's go to our village. So we're going to say character stats, stats. Stat type dot sleep dot increase rate is equal to one times the building let's do this float build sleep modifier. Maybe we want to say building sleep modifier is equal to, it's going to equal to 1 if building, entered building, is not equal to null. That's something we need to do here. After we wake up, we want to say building, enter building is equal to null. If it's not equal to null, we want to say the building sleep modifier is equal to enter building dot sleep increase modifier. And so this is going to be the building sleep modifier. So if we're outside, if we're not in a building, this will just, the increase rate will be 1. Actually, need to not hard code. But for now, we don't want to say 1 because that will do every, let's say 10. And so the increase modifier might be 5. Well, we'll have to play around with those numbers. We also want to say character character state character state is equal to character state dot idle. I think that's all we want. Alright, chop down some trees. Maybe get some berries. Let's build a house. Let's pause it for a sec. See, this villager is idle. Let's pause it for a sec. Where's my... Oh, let me click on him. Sleep is 3, so they're not sleepy yet. Just keep watching it. See what happens. I'm not seeing the sleep go lower than 3. Oh, you know what? I added that modifier here. Let's get rid of this modifier. Alright, they should probably fall asleep. Let's see, let me pause it for a sec. You know what? Let me go to my villager controller where I'm falling asleep. Checking needs. If the value is less than 0, well, it'll never be less than 0. If it's less than 1, I guess. Or we could say 0 less than or equal to, just in case. Something's not right. Our sleep is 0. But we are not falling asleep. Let me pause it. Let me see if... Nope, we did not trigger the sleep. Oh, you know what? If interactable else, we just want to say character state is equal to character state dot sleep. We gotta fall asleep, no matter what. Whoops. You're gonna be sleeping on the ground tonight. There's no house. That's how it works. Let's see. We got some errors. Yeah, we don't. Okay. We don't want that. We want to do it in... When we do the sleep action, we want to hide our sprite since we are in a building. Now we're assuming we're in a building. I need to make that public. Villager name, my sprite, make it public. We don't want to hide our... If we're not in a building, we might do like an animation that shows that he's asleep or on the ground. Alright, so let's go to our villager. We need to add the sprite component to it. Oh shoot, I was playing mode, so I gotta do that again. One thing we can do, see when you're in play mode, it doesn't say what you change in the inspector. What you can do, though, is go to your preferences. Um, Trying to find colors. Here we go. Change colors. Play mode tint. Let's make it a red. Ugh. Okay, maybe not a red. That's still too much. Can't even tell the difference. There you go. A little bit different, so I can tell. Alright, let's see what happens here. Let's click on him. We are sleeping. Indeed we are. Alright, let's go. But we're not waking up. Let's go to here. Let's change this decrease rate by 10. Let's get rid of this modifier. Let's just kind of do that. We never actually increase our stats when we're sleeping. That increase. We're going to just first test him falling asleep. Whoops. What? I can't click him. Please. Well, let's see. We're in the sleep state. We are sleeping. I paused it. I don't see that changing ever. Here's the problem. No, it clamps it to 100, so if it's ever 100, let's just do this real quick. Debug.log. Waking up. And let me go to let's just go through this code really quick. So here's our modifier, it's 10. We enter a building, it's null. Building sleep modifier is this. If it's not null, we're going to have an increase rate at building sleep modifier. And then we're going to increase the stat. Let's go to this definition really quick. If it's not 0, increase time plus plus. Increase time is greater than increase rate. Base number plus equals 1. Increase time. Whoops. Okay. Look what's happening. I think well, it never says we're waking up. Alright, something's not correct. Am I not doing this clamp correctly? Clamps the given value between the given minimum float. Turns the value if it's within the minimum range. This is right. Oh, you know what? In my check needs, testing sleeping, if and character state, we don't want it to decrease. No. Where are we decreasing the stat? See, we're decreasing all the stats right here. Okay. You see, sometimes you're just gotta do this, right? I know. Maybe not the best way of doing this, but is pause. So we just want to pause our stat. Pause decrease. I mean, we could say like the decrease rate equals 0, but then we would have to kind of change it back, and we don't necessarily want to do that. Pauses a decrease stat such as sleeping, such as sleep when character is sleeping. And let's say that this is true. False, actually. Default will be false. So in our character stat class, if, paste that there, dot is pause. We want to say not, so if it's not paused, now if we go to our village controller, when we sleep, we want to say character stats dot stats, character stats dot stat type dot sleep dot is pause decrease. It's true. So we're going to pause it, copy it, paste it here, make this false. Waking up. Sleeping, waking up. Okay, let's test with a building. Notice they were sleeping. I mean, it's hard to tell. These guys sleep a lot. But they do finish their task. We have an error. It's with our work panel. Look, they disappeared. They're in their house. They're sleeping. But they're not waking up. What happened? I still see your bar, though. I can see your bar. Hmm. Um, we're not waking up, though. When we go into the building, let me just check. Oh, you know what? Because our house building, does not actually have the sleep modifier number was 0. Building, sleep increase modifier. So we want to say 5. Okay, go get that. Let me click on you. You're sleeping, you're waking up. Okay. Let's build something. I think we have a problem. Maybe. We do see them sleeping. They have their little, it's funny, their bar. Alright, I'm sure there's some bugs. Because look, he's walking. You see that? He's walking. But his sleep, he's not sleeping. So he won't, I think it's going to go sleep now. And I don't know why it's doing that. What it's doing is it's finding a house to sleep at while it's walking. His sleep is 0. It finds a house to sleep at, so it doesn't go there yet. He doesn't stop what he's doing. Because I think we have it if task is null. So he doesn't sleep when he has a task. We could get rid of this. Get rid of this. See, task equals. Now, this is not. Did I do this somewhere else? Task equals null. We really need to say task dot map manager dot instance dot, sorry, not map manager, task manager dot instance dot task not worked, or actually in case we're working on it. Yeah, maybe. dot remove task. I know I need to do this afterwards. So let's say he's walking, he has the task, so it's not in the working state. He has it, but we basically want to take this task and send it back into the that not, and we want to add it to that list. Okay, so if he has a task, he's just going to stop it. Okay. Okay, I can't click on this. Okay, we have a null reference. Okay, let's see what's going on. All right. So this is kind of a problem when I'm saying it's null. How do I do this? I think it's removing this task. Let me go to my task manager. Ooh, look at that. All right, we don't want to keep adding it. Check needs. We want to say if not sleeping, right? And character state is not equal to character state dot sleep. We don't want to keep falling asleep. All right, he's walking, he stopped. Okay, that's not correct. Let's just try this again, see what's going on. I click here. Why did you walk to there? Why are you guys walking there? Why do we have these tasks not complete? Oh, now they're complete. What's going on? I have all these tasks. If task is not equal to null, okay, seems to be working. They're kind of, I need some kind of visual for me to know that they're sleeping. So I'm like, So if you see them stopping, then they lose their task, and then they wake back up, and they're like, oh, let me go do this task. We need some visual to see that they're actually sleeping. Now, obviously, their sleep is like happens really quick or decreases way too fast, but we're doing this just to test. But you can see, and what I like too is that it doesn't remove the task. So if they've worked on it a little bit, it still kind of has started, but they really can't get anything done because they're just sleeping all the time, lazy bums. That's what you get when you got Bob, another Bob, working for you. All right, I hope your name's not Bob. All right, well, that'll do it for now. Thanks for watching again. We'll see you next time.